So it's been a little over a year since I've done all the videos on the various captains of the Gote 13, and with the Yamamoto video that I made recently, I did a poll over on the community tab asking if you guys would like to see me remake all of these videos, especially after having done a massive reread of the Bleach franchise. My stance and opinions on a lot of these characters have changed greatly, so with an overwhelming 90% vote for me to remake these videos, we are going to continue right after Yamamoto, starting off with Soifon, who's probably one of the most disrespected characters in the series. I too, like many of you, used to sit in the camp that Soifon was complete fodder, but after rereading the entire series, Soifon's kind of a beast, and that is absolutely 0% cap. But if you guys enjoy these types of Bleach videos, I upload one guaranteed on Wednesday and Sunday, but I'm thinking about dropping some on Fridays as well. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and leave this video a like and subscribe, and click that join button if you really want to help the flow of content. The more support I get, the more willing I am to upload more videos. So hey, we might even get to a point where I'm doing videos every other day, but that's only with the help of your guys' support. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Now, in the Soul Society arc, Soifon doesn't really do much. He only really pops up during Rukia's execution towards the end of the arc, but the wait was worth it as she gets a very good fight against Yoruichi, who, despite being very rusty, not having fought for over 100 years, is still able to suppress Byakuya's Shikai and blitz him all over the place while carrying an unconscious Ichigo. In fact, she was so much faster than Byakuya that he didn't even want to give chase. The prideful captain of Squad 6 gave up after a short game of tag against Yoruichi. Not only that, Yoruichi's also capable of piercing Ichigo's guts with her bare hand. No Shunko needed, and this is the same exact Ichigo that, despite being injured, was called Captain Class by Jushiro. So Yoruichi, even in base, is quite a beast, and Soifon actually presses her and has her on the back foot for the majority of their fight. It's not until Yoruichi unveils Shunko that she actually is able to beat Soifon, and the only reason she uses Shunko is because Soifon pulls out Shunko as, a quote-unquote technique that she created and hasn't even named yet. And Yoruichi's like, nah, that's a technique I created hundreds of years ago, and it actually is really dangerous, blah blah blah, beats up Soifon, Soifon cries. You know how the fight ends, but if you reread the fight, Soifon does push Yoruichi throughout the entire fight. Even when Yoruichi is trying to run away and put some distance between her and Soifon, Soifon is continually tagging her as she's running away from her. And this is actually where Soifon demonstrates one of the better Shikais in the Soul Society arc, and arguably one of the better Shikais in the entire series, Suzume Banshi, whose ability is 2 hits death. Meaning, if Soifon tags the same place on an opponent twice, they instantaneously die, and we actually see how this works in the fake Karakura town arc when she fights one of Baragon's Fraction. And they literally just disappear from existence. They don't just die, they don't just disintegrate, they literally just poof out of existence. So suffice to say, this is quite the powerful ability, and in the Soul Society arc, this is already a very, very good showing from Soifon. Move to the fake Karakura town arc, where Soifon gets a fight against Baragon, which it really could not be helped that Baragon actually counters Soifon in every single conceivable way. Soifon is called the fastest member of the Gote 13 in this arc, but despite that, Baragon completely neutralizes her speed advantage as he has the ability to slow people down, basically spitting in the face of Soifon's speed and saying, I just slow everybody down and bring them down to my level, so your speed doesn't mean anything in this battle. Her 2 hits death can't do anything to Baragon because as soon as she comes into contact with the Respira, the aura of death surrounding Baragon, she literally loses one of her arms as it ages into bone. So coming into physical contact with Baragon was completely out of the question, so that neutralizes her Shikai. Then she unveils her Bankai, which is a big nuclear missile, but even that is used to no avail as Baragon just simply ages the explosion and takes minimal damage from the first hit. However, with some assistance from Hachi, Soifon is actually able to shine in this battle, as Hachi contains Baragon and forces him to take Soifon's Bankai head on, and upon doing that, she nearly kills Baragon by herself, just with her Bankai. Again, granted, Hachi did have to contain Baragon and force him to take it head on, but it does show that yes, Soifon's Bankai is really strong if she's able to nearly kill Espada number 2 by herself. There is also a very good feat for Soifon against Aizen, but unfortunately, that was all an illusion. I would say Soifon was able to stab Aizen in his gut with Suzumebachi. Like, even though Aizen suppressed the ability, she still stabbed Aizen, right? But unfortunately, that was all under Kyoka Suigetsu, so it doesn't actually count as a legitimate feat for Soifon. But can you imagine Soifon having any scaling whatsoever to base Aizen? That would have been really good, but unless you want to argue that maybe Aizen allowed things to happen in the illusion that are feasibly possible, then maybe you could say Soifon should scale to base Aizen in some way, but it seems very wonky if you ask me to try to argue it that way. But still, Soifon is going very strong in the Fate Karakura Town arc. Fortunately, in the Fullbringer arc, she doesn't really do anything. She's not one of the captains that goes to fight any of the Fullbringers. Not that fighting the Fullbringers is a very impressive feat anyway, but it would have at least been something, but she doesn't do anything during that arc. So then we have the 1000-Year Blood War, where during the first invasion, she gets bopped by BG9 and gets her Bankai stolen. Then after mastering Shunko in, what, a few days during the time between the first and the second invasion, that still was not enough to push her over the edge to be able to beat BG9, and she loses again, kind of. They more or less draw. Although you could argue that, say, if Omaida wasn't there to help out Soifon, ironic enough that it's Omaida that has to help her out, but if he wasn't there, Soifon might have just gotten destroyed utterly by BG9. Instead, they kind of tie, because Soifon's worn out after firing her Bankai and blowing up BG9, but then BG9 also does manage to make it back to the Vondenreich, so it's kind of a tie. Still not quite the best showing. It's not like BG9 was a top tier Sternritter. It's not like in the Soul Society arc where she's fighting Yoruichi, who's a top tier in the arc, or fighting Baragon, who's one of the stronger Espada. She's kind of tying with a mid-tier Sternritter, and that doesn't look very good for her. And unfortunately, that's kind of where Soifon's story ends. It's very anticlimactic. And the 1000-Year Blood War probably is the reason why many people don't have a very high opinion of Soifon, because it's the last thing you see her do. But let's not forget that she had very impressive feats in the earlier arcs of Bleach. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was very fun to get to talk about Soifon. It's a character I've wanted to talk about for quite a while, but could really just never find the opportunity to make the video. But since you guys wanted me to remake the Captain videos anyway, this was the perfect opportunity to start talking about her. So hopefully I've brought a few of you guys around. You're going to think that Soifon's not as bad as you previously thought. Maybe I'll see some people repping Soifon in debates going forward. That would be pretty nice. If you want to debate using Soifon or debate people just in general, my Discord is in the description down below. You can go down there, fight some people. There's always people that are willing to debate just a whole wide variety of topics, from Star Wars to comics to anime. I'm sure you'll find somebody to debate on the topic that you want to talk about. My Twitter and second channel are also linked down in the description. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could check those out. But with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice weekend. Look forward to the video coming out tomorrow, or on Sunday, my bad, but on Sunday. But with that being said, peace late, guys.